Hey everybody, this is Cindy Allen, Editor-in-Chief of Interior Design. Well, today I'm with my good friends at Stone Source, the place to go for a curated selection of natural stone, porcelain tile, ceramic tile, glass tile, and much, much more. And today we're going to take a tour of their showroom, a virtual one, and I'm going to take it with you. And we're going to see how it all works. Then we're going to view product, some of your faves and some exciting new collections to get us all inspired, just what we like to do. Okay, everybody, I'd love to welcome my good friends, Joe McIsaac, the President and CEO of Stone Source. Hi, Joe, how are you?
Hello, Cindy, very nice to see you.
It's great to see you. And Ron Solano, Vice President of Product Development and Procurement for Stone Source. Hi, Ron.
Hello, Cindy, how are you doing?
Great. Well, you know, typically I'm seeing you, Joe, in the showroom, right?
Right. We love to use the showroom as a tool to bring people together, showcase product, have a good time, and be able to have more intimate one-on-ones. And so obviously these days it's a little bit more difficult.
Exactly. And I know that for a designer, it's a real treat whenever you're like going to go to Stone Source, even for me, go to Stone Source, see what's new. And so I know that the showroom is a big deal for you and you had to pivot really fast. So I'm very excited to hear about the virtual showroom. Tell me how it works.
So it's a great story because during the first few months of the lockdown, we were all very concerned about how we were going to interact with our clients and what was the digital virtual world going to be like when you couldn't visit people's offices, bring them to the showroom. And so, you know, we think with a challenge like that comes opportunity. So
Right.
That's the concept of the digital showroom. It's a technology that exists. It's a 3D camera. You shoot the whole showroom with the camera, but the user experience, which has been used in real estate, you've probably seen it if you've ever done a virtual tour on any of the real estate sites. So we just haven't seen it adapted to showrooms. And we thought probably in April or May, let's order the camera and just shoot the showroom. So since then, it's just been tremendous response. We're able to walk through the entire showroom. We've got all of the products marked so that if you're interested in something that you see, you can zoom in on it, click on it, and it takes you to our website and you get more detail.
Right, so you were saying, so every product then is tagged in a way that is useful for a designer, right?
Exactly, and it's not cluttered. If you're not interested, you just go buy it. It has a little icon, and if you want to get more information, it's your choice. So it's been optimized for desktop, laptop, iPad, and telephone, and you can do it on the phone. I mean, most of the practice we did was on the phone because we figured that that's the major way people are going to use it.
Yeah, exactly. And so what you've created is, so you've created this virtual showroom, but at the same time, also a tool for the designers.
And you think about also that the showroom is a physical location and we have 10 across the country. So you have to be within a X mile radius to visit the showroom. Now we have a showroom and we picked our biggest showroom, the New York showroom that we shot, where you can be anywhere in the country and come to our showroom. So we think we've expanded the reach dramatically and that, people need to have the opportunity to use these tools in their home or as they move locations from the office to the home to any other place that they might be.
Yeah, and I know you were saying to me that it was like you can get through the showroom in 2 minutes, but of course you never would because you'd stop a million places to look at tile.
Exactly. And it's super intuitive. It's very straightforward. It's not a new technology. It's a new application of a great existing technology.
Yeah, and I know that, all of these things are, all these questions are happening and how do we solve them? And we think of Stone Source as a leader. And in this case, you're like, okay, we got to lead, right?
Well, I think, under challenging times, it's like one of the things is you get a great opportunity to say, what can we do to make the most of a difficult situation? And by the way, if things were to be 100% normal and everybody's back to work, the digital virtual showroom would be a huge tool that we are going to have for the next 20 years. So
exactly. Some of the things that we're figuring out right now are things that will help us no matter what. When we get back in, you still have this tool.
With our ability to use this technology into the future it's accelerated the need to be able to have people view the showroom without coming in. This type of change has accelerated what is a normal course of the type of evolution of how we're going to communicate with our clients. Here's an interesting point. Our sampling did not change during the last 6 months. So people still want physical samples. But how do you figure out what samples you want and how do you get interested in the collections? And so the virtual showroom is the perfect tool.
I love it. Okay, wait. All right. So now I want to take the virtual tour. Okay, who's giving me the tour?
Well, I'm going to start. So
Okay.
we'll as you enter the showroom, one of the first things.
I'm so excited. I'm going to the showroom.
As you enter the showroom, one of the first things we wanted to highlight was the black and white collection from Floorgrass. It was one of our recent introductions, and kind of like the textile companies, everybody wants to know what's new. You have to have new collections. There has to be product development going on constantly. And so at all of the trade shows, and we have two launches each year. We have a spring and a fall launch. And so everybody's interested in what's new. So the collection from Floorgrass that we're going to show you, the black and white collection.
Yeah.
Floorgrass is probably one of the largest Italian manufacturers. They're the Fiat. They're from very affordable to high end. They're really good design, and they always seem to have some of the best design that really covers lots of categories.
Mm-hmm.
The black and white collection is porcelain tile in a number of different shapes and sizes, and it's very bold blacks and whites, and it kind of echoes the very strong Nero Marquino black Spanish marble or any of the white Carraras. And so
wait, I've just gotten there. What? Okay. Oh my God, there's the wall of it. It looks amazing. Okay, I kind of want to touch and feel it, but that's where I get the sample.
And as you zoom in, you can get the technical information. You can see the different sizes that it comes in. We are partnered with Material Bank, where we do house lots of these samples. And so we like to communicate with our clients directly. And if they choose to use Material Bank, that's been a real plus for us.
And I like that you're showing the black and white, because that is very, very on trend, and is something that I think is the kind of thing that's going to look good forever, even though everyone wants black and white these days.
Right.
Right?
So we're really happy with our partnership with Floorgrass. We've been working with them for over 30 years. They're a tremendous partner for us. And then Ron was going to take you through and show you this great new product from the Trend Group.
Okay, but I have to say that even, because there is a bit more freedom in terms of color these days, but my designer friends who I think have the best hand using color are actually also always using black and white in their palettes. So black and white is forever.
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 Exactly.
Okay, Ron.
We don't disagree. I think black and white, no matter what we do, is something we always have available. So when it's really introduced in a new way, that's good news.
I love it.
Also, as you're going through the showroom, and speaking of color, Trend is a Terrazzo product. We're also had a relationship with them for over 20 years. And when you come into the VR showroom, you could obviously look at the product. The other interesting thing, there's a measurement tool on the VR showroom. So if you wanted to be precise and understand what size piece you're looking at, you could actually do a measurement. And so you can realize this is what a 24 by 24, 24 by 48 tile actually looks like, and you can confirm that size with the tool, which is something that we had a lot of fun with.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so now I'm heading over to Terrazzo Land, which, by the way, oh my God, it's such a huge variety of colorways.
Tons and tons of colors, 52.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Plus the ability to obviously do custom things, which we have done for certain quantities or specific clients. The newest thing for Trend, and the Terrazzo is called Origina, is microband.
Okay, so explain microband for everyone out there who may not know what that actually means.
Super. Microban is an antimicrobial product. So it's, we can say that it's fired into the product or just kind of built in when they are manufacturing. So it's continuously working. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week tool inside the material. So it's always active, and it's reducing growth of new bacteria. So you're cleaner between cleanings, depending on where you are. If you're in a hotel room, right, as an example, if you're certainly doing your kitchen countertops or pantry tops in office spaces as we go forward. Hopefully the restaurant. Yep.
Yeah, designers are really concerned about that right now. Also because their clients are very concerned about it, right?
Correct. And I think the attention to it happened very quickly, even for us, as we started to talk about it. And so we'll have that also as part of the VR showroom. You can click on to the Terrazzo products, and you can get all the technical details. You can get all the information on Microban, the lifetime, you know, its extended product lifetime, all the things and characteristics that you need to know are all in this virtual world as well. In addition, they do all types of mosaics, and so you can kind of jump into the other products that Trend also does, which we typically sell in conjunction with the flooring. And this product is something we sell from, we just recently sold for an airport flooring. We've done, again, cafeteria, we've done hospitality. You can make countertops. So we're really continue to be excited about it, and the relationship has continuously grown. And I think the Microban is awfully timely in the world that we live in.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you think so? When we're talking about surfaces like safe or safer surfaces, it's again something that we as designers never really had to worry about in the past, and now it's just, you know, the hot topic. So it's really important for you guys to educate the designers on that.
We certainly agree with that.
Okay.
Correct.
So thank you for that. Now I want to get to new, because designers are always interested in that. And first of all, Joe, let's tell us about this long-standing relationship with Mutina.
I think the best way to think of Mutina is that they're unlike any other company in their space. So I think of them as a design company, right? They're not a manufacturer, they're a designer. And while they do in-house design, they're really known for going and getting outside designers to help them design product for them. So predominantly, they're designing porcelain tile. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Brock, which is almost more like a brick or an object of art. But I think a little bit of the history is important. So as a design-driven company, we just had this, you know, simpatico between them, and we really enjoy each other's company, and we've always been delighted by their products. And the fact that they go outside of kind of the normal industrial design quotient to get new designs. So they go to people like Patricia Urquiola, the Spanish-born Milan-based designer who designs hotels and furniture and carpets and textiles, and is very prolific. And so when she had the opportunity to design tile, I promise you, it looked like no other tile anybody had ever seen. Okay, so that was kind of the initial interest. And you know Patricia, and you know her.
I know Patricia, and I have a bunch of bathrooms with Mutina. I was so excited by the collection that anytime I went into your showroom, I would sell designers on it too. I had the Azulé.
Azulé, yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so Patricia Urquiola, Barber, and Osgerby had done 2 collections recently that have been very successful. They're British industrial designers, have designed the torch for the Olympics in the UK. They design furniture. They've gone to Toguchin Yoshioka, and that's a Japanese designer. So each of the designers that they've gone to, oftentimes we're designing tile for the first time. And so literally it's just every new design is something that delights us. And when we bring it to our clients, we get that same look. They say, I've never seen anything like this. They're a smaller company compared to like a floor grass. So, you know, they're the Ferrari to the floor grass of the Fiat. And Mutina is much more boutique-y, high design, really unique. And for things like flooring and walls with hard surfaces, sometimes the regular stuff is just not as dynamic.
Wait, Joe, do you guys remember that we had lunch together? This was years ago now, and you pulled out a tile at lunch from Patricia with Mutina, and it was like the first kind of like off dirty pink before that became huge. It was like the first tile that ever landed in the US that had that tone, and you guys were like, what do you think, you know? And oh my God, talk about being right on trend and starting the trend, frankly.
That was the Tiaras collection. And you know what I remember from the lunch is I called the color peach, and you promptly corrected me and said, no, blush.
Right.
And so from then on, blush is my go-to term with anything that's in that colorway. And obviously you hosted our event here with when Patricia was here. I think that's six years ago already.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah. So you think about when blush wasn't like a color, like, right? When it was like, whoa. So that was a long time ago. Now it's like, oh, blush.
Well,
exactly.
And here's a funny story about Mutina in general. We always introduce their new products as our new products, right? We have this and you know, they have new products every year, and we're always featuring their new products. Sometimes their new product introduction does not sell the first year, but it sells the second year and the third and the fourth year. And that's because if they're at the very forefront of kind of design philosophy or colorway, sometimes it literally can take 6, 9, 12 months. Other products sell right away. And so we've both agreed, both companies, that we withhold judgment, because if they're early, it doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means the rest of the world has to catch up. And so that's been our experience.
First of all, that's so smart of you. I completely agree, because I think sometimes the most exciting things are ahead of the trend, and you have to give people time to catch up. And that's why sometimes collections that you're so smart to hold on, because sometimes amazing ideas are in the back room somewhere because it didn't sell right away.
Yes.
Brilliant, brilliant. All right, so you're going to say, okay, let's get to some news.
Go ahead. Okay. Ron's going to talk about the bra collection.
Okay, so I know this is an artist, right?
This is an artist, Natalie de Pasquier. And the interesting note is Natalie was one of the original founders of Memphis in Milan, right? And so imagine the think tank that was in the early 80s, and you still see their product being sold today, and the use of color and making furniture and making textiles and carpets. So Natalie, since 1987, has been a painter. And one of the first things she did with Mutina was create these brick towers. And they had an art exhibit. So it wasn't even making tile. It was for an art exhibit that she did in their premises. And Mutina has changed their DNA as well. So they're also aligning art in addition to making tile. And it's a passion of Massimo, the owner. Very, modern art driven. He loves all of the incredibly peculiar things in some cases, but clearly leading the industry with artwork. And so he told me this story about, this wonderful person, and I met her, and she was born in France, but she's Milan, so she's really Italian. And, Massimo is a very animated individual, if you remember. And he saw these towers, they call them, and they were made of brick. And she painted the brick in different colors, and just basically there's 8 or 10 of them that they did this installation, and people just kind of flipped out. And he pursued her you have to make a tile line for us. And within 6 months, they actually had a collection together, which is very, very fast. And when you see it, I think the tile is kind of treated as artwork. So when you see these pieces and patterns of one of these other new things called Margarita, it's pretty incredible. The one that's over my shoulder is more homage to what she built in these towers with brick. So it's terracotta. It's an extruded terracotta, so a historical building product, right? It's been used forever. And she's basically created this idea that you could play with light inside a space. It's obviously just a false wall, if you call it something like that. You could be framed, meant as a partition and that sort of thing. But it's a sculpture. And so one of the other things we did in the showroom to shoot the VR showroom is we wanted to build these. Then there's two displays, one with Celestia, which is Patricia's product in terracotta, and then the Brock. And so actually in the VR showroom, you can walk around the piece. So like you would do in a museum, right? So if this was on display, you could physically walk around the piece. So we've accomplished that in the VR showroom, and you'll be able to see that. But
so a couple things. So it's how many colorways does it come in?
you have 5 colors. There's the argilla, if you can see just the plain terracotta, and then there's 4 glazed colors. The glazes are done by hand. If I could grab one, this may be your favorite one.
Gorgeous.
This is called Salvia. And basically they kind of hang the terracotta piece, and it's sprayed by hand to get the glaze. It's pretty incredible. So the glazed product you can put outside. The regular terracotta, because there's too much absorption, would just be an interior product. But you can do vertical installation, as you can kind of see behind me. You could do horizontal, or even the pieces interlock.
Beautiful.
So really pretty fascinating, one piece creating all these type of designs. We're really excited about it.
Ron, it's for commercial and residential, right?
Commercial, residential, again, lobby spaces. We've sold the Celestia for people who have done the front of cash wraps in front of bars. There was a hotel we did in Hawaii where they painted the name of the hotel like on top of the pieces. So I think it's this creative item of a very traditional product. We're really excited about it. It's a lot of fun, and getting to learn about Natalie has been also a fun idea. And we'll have a new product from them coming up early next year that she's designed. So we're very excited.
I want to meet Natalie. Sounds amazing.
Me too.
Designers will love this because anything in modules that they can create, give them a DNA, give them something to start with, and then sky's the limit. I love that it creates architecture within spaces and the light coming through. It's beautiful.
No, that's a great point. And I think a lot of times when I look at product or think about product, you want to give the designer that opportunity, right?
I always say, give a designer A, B, or C, and they'll always go for D. So you got to let them have their D.
Got to let them have fun. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's give a last word on Brock?
Well, I think that the idea of what the finished product is going to look like is limitless.
Exactly. Okay, so we're going to do a quick recap. First of all, amazing new technology with the virtual showroom. So designers, you really can see what's happening. You can use your phone and scan the products. Don't worry about sampling because our friends at Stone Source work with Material Bank. And then there are collections that you're always going to want to specify from. There's the black and white, there's Terrazzo, and then this new Mutina collection called Brock. Amazing. I want some. Look. Guys, look.
Yes, exactly.
Hello.
We've been admiring that for months, Cindy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fantastic.
Well, listen, it was so much fun. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ron, for sharing and being a leader in this industry and supporting the designers in this way with new tools, new product. We need it. We need to stay inspired, and you guys definitely inspire us.
Thanks so much, Cindy.
Great to see you, Cindy.
Yeah, thank you. We'll get on the other side of this one.
We will.
For sure.
Okay. Bye, guys.